40 years ago this week, Tempest, a painting by Elizabeth Murray, entered the collection of the Brooks Memorial Art Gallery in Memphis, Tennessee. On February 14, 1981, the local paper published this article by Donald LaBadie titled, "This Stormy Piece of Art, No Tempest in a Teapot." The article reads,
On Sunday, February 22nd, gifts to Brooks Memorial Art Gallery will be unveiled at the gallery. Among the works are Elizabeth Murray's oil-on-shaped canvas, Tempest. While in town this week, Miss Murray discussed the work, the art that led up to it, and her background. Titles are sometimes meaningless in a work of art. In the case of Tempest, it could not be more apt. Inspired by Giorgiono's The Tempest, it suggests a storm system moving through space. Murray's Tempest gives off a feeling of extraordinary energy, of movement within and without. A central conflict is created within to the point that a viewer feels the painting might break apart at the centre, its halves moving off in opposite directions. At the same time, the whole painting creates the illusion of inching across the wall on which it is hung. Miss Murray distrusts the manner in which terms like abstract are thrown about, and rightly so. However, in the last decade, she has been generally regarded as an abstract painter, and it would be difficult to think of another, more appropriate term for her work. She was one of those persons with precocious talents in art as a child. In high school, her ability won her a scholarship to the Art Institute of Chicago.
I'd had the idea I wanted to be a commercial artist, but after I was exposed to the masterworks there, I was overwhelmed and decided somehow I didn't want to do that. I can understand the problems some people have with modern art. My God, the energy of a Giotto. And on a more ordinary level, it didn't take me long to find out that I preferred the people in fine arts to those who were in fashion and advertising. I took figure painting at the Institute, but it bored me. I have a lot of respect for good realist art, but I wasn't interested in painting what was there. When I tried painting, I felt I couldn't paint at all. I felt confused, afraid, and always on the brink of failure. At whatever level you start, you really want that something you do to be the best.
Miss Murray received her MFA from Mills College in Oakland, California. In 1972, she sent slides of her work as a first step for entry in a Whitney Museum of American Art annual. To her surprise, Marcia Tucker, a curator with a sharp eye for new talents, accepted her paintings. On first seeing Tempest, one has the impression that the 40-year-old Miss Murray has been involved with sculpture, an impression not far off the mark.
I've never been a sculptor, but I felt very close to sculpture, and there was a period when I came near to crossing over. Between 1965 and 1970, I became involved with the three-dimensional to the point where my paintings went right off the wall and into space. The flat surface seemed too limited to me at that point. That was a necessary venture, and I see my students at the School of Visual Arts attempting to extend painting in the same manner. For a long time now, of course, a lot of artists and critics have been saying that painting is dead, that it isn't hip, so artists search for other ways. In the early 70s, I became very tied up with images, and then a very basic change began to take place. I started to try to get rid of the representational elements in my work, to purify, to simplify, to modify, to get rid of my ego. Color became very important, and I became involved with all kinds of shapes, and I found that the shapes within my paintings led to the external shapes. I was thinking of Giorgione's The Tempest when I did my Tempest. I wanted the painting to be real clear and clunky, and there's no way you could work with a big six-pointed shape without being clunky.
Tempest has what the artist calls a twin painting, which was purchased by the St. Louis Museum.
That one is vertical rather than horizontal. It's called Writer. I was thinking of the way in which painters and sculptors and writers are different from other artists like actors. We all share an isolation. When you're really working, you're there all by yourself.